Alright, so here I'm going to show you how to create your first drawing. When you go to create a new file, we're done with parts, we've done an assembly. Now what we're going to do is we're going to create a drawing. And today we're just going to create a drawing of just one single part, that third part that you created, or practice part. So you're going to go down here under drawing and you're going to go to the ANSI IDW. That's for a drawing. So we're going to open that. You're going to see that we've got a sheet here. This is what our drawing is going to go on. Again, lots of different tools here. The first thing we need to do is we need to figure out, Autodesk Inventor wants to know, what are we going to create a drawing of? What's our base? So you're going to select base, and you're going to get a window that pops up here. And we need to find the file that we are trying to create a drawing of. So you want to click on that file folder, and you're going to look in your drive to find that practice stage 3. Okay, so here's my stage 3 right here. So I'm going to open that. And here it is. Don't click any buttons because we don't want to put that in place yet. But here we have basically, this is going to tell us, all right, how big is this going to be? Where is everything going to go? What kind of scale is it going to have? And so I want to show you a couple of things with that. Basically, I'm not going to have you, I don't think, change anything with this right now. We're going to leave the scale as 1:1. There's different styles that you can pick. We definitely want to make sure we can see the hidden lines, so click on that. We don't want the hidden lines removed. And we don't want it shaded. Okay, we want to see those hidden lines. We're just going to do an orthographic sketch, and I'm going to show you how we do that. So again, I still haven't clicked any buttons other than making sure I have my hidden lines selected. What you're going to do then is just move this window out of the way. Okay, so it is off this page. So again, still freely moving this. What pops up according to this window should be our front view. If it doesn't look like it's the front view, you can look at this a little differently. You can select some of these other options if you've got something else that you would like to see as the front view. But I'm thinking that what they have for the front view here is probably accurate. All right, so again, just move that window out of the way. If we remember correctly, our front view goes in the bottom left, top view, and then we're going to have our right side view over here. Again, I still haven't clicked any buttons. If you accidentally did, you're going to have to undo that. So what I want to do first of all is I need everything to line up. So I need to make sure that when I put my front view on here, I can't put it down here, because if I do, my right side view is going to cover this up. Alright, so I want to make sure I have it above my line here. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to left click that into place. I am going to move my mouse straight up, and I'm going to left click my top view in place. Notice when I come over here I get the isometric view. I don't want to put that one in place because it's going to cover up some of my right side view. I'm then going to just come down here, move my mouse down, and then it flips into the right side view. Left click. Now you'll notice that the top left box is blank. Don't worry about that. We're not done yet. Once I've got my 3 views in place, I'm going to then right click and click Create. Okay, now I've got my front view, my top view, and my right side view. Okay, so I've created the drawing. Now what I need to do is I need to add the dimensions on this. Okay, I'm just going to have you practice. This is just going to be a practice one, practicing getting all of the dimensions before you actually do your benchmark, which will not have as many dimensions, but you're going to have to follow all of those dimensioning rules. So to put dimensions on, I come over here to Annotate. Okay, left click on Annotate. And you'll notice I get a dimension feature here. Okay, left click on dimension. this is the tool we're going to use to start putting our dimensions on. So I'm going to, I guess, look at my front view first and figure out, all right, what are the main dimensions I want to know? And I guess the first one I want to know here is how tall is this? Okay, so I'm going to click here on this green dot, left click. Let's move that out of the way. Left click, and then left click down here. And I'm going to drag that out over here. Remember, don't put it over here. We want to have our dimensions on the inside of all of our views. And then when I left click, it's going to ask me how precise do I want this. For purposes of today, we'll say that as long as it is to the nearest hundredth, we're good. All right, so we will say OK. And now if you zoom in, you'll see that it has given me the dimension of 6 inches there. Okay, so I'm still on dimension. Other dimensions I should probably know are maybe this dimension from here to here, so this whole line, and then drag that out, and that's going to tell me, left click again, click that in place, and that's going to tell me that that dimension is 2. Okay, might want to know from here to here how wide it is. Drag, oh, that didn't work. Let's just click escape there. I want to know, okay, I want to know how wide it is, so I guess I can do this on the bottom. And I'll click here, I'll click here, but I'm going to drag that up because I want that dimension to show up again in between my views. Left click, OK. Might want to know the dimension from, say, here to here and drag that out. That shows me the depth of it. Left click, OK. Definitely want to know the diameter of these circles. So to do a circle, you'll left click on that circle, you'll drag it out, and you'll get that leader line. Okay, left click that into place and say OK. So that gives me the diameter of that circle there. Remember, rules, don't dimension to hidden lines. Keep your dimensions in between the views. Don't over dimension. So if I dimension this diameter here, don't dimension that diameter of the circle there or on here, but you wouldn't because it's a hidden line anyway. Another dimension I might want to know is from here to here. Drag that up so I know how big that is, that one square. So go ahead and put all of your dimensions in. Obviously, I've got some more that I could do here, but I'm not going to do that. One other thing I want to show you is how we're going to fill this in. If you zoom in, you'll see that it has my username in here and some other information. What you're going to do is you're going to go to the iPro, and you are going to go down to iProperties. Click on iProperties. When you do that, you want to click on, sorry it's been a while, Summary. Please change your author from your username to your first and last name. Give it a title. Subject doesn't matter. I mean, if you want to call it your gateway class, that would be fine, just as long as I've got all of that information. Then come down here and click OK. You'll notice that it changed some of those features then. Okay. and the title, the date, obviously, that it was created as well. For printing, when you print, you're going to go to iPro, obviously save first, but when we print, go to print. It's going to be the middle school printer 112. It says model 1:1. I don't know that that's what we want to use. Let's try best fit. Always do a preview. Make sure it's going to fit on the paper first. Do a preview, and this is what it should look like. Okay. Let's close that once, and actually let's see about, I just want to see what happens if we do a model 1:1 and a preview. Yeah, don't do a model 1:1 because this is what's going to show up, so we don't want that. So close that. So definitely make sure that you select the print, preview, oops, sorry. Let's close that. Let's try print again and choose best fit. Just, you don't even have to print this one. We'll worry more about the printing when we do your benchmark. I just want to see this, but if you would like to print it so you can see it, that would be fine as well. So I think that's about it as far as creating a drawing. So practice with this. Make sure you get all your dimensions in and do not over dimension.